Yo, what up? What up? What up? We live. What up, y'all? It's your boy Headline is checking in once again. I want to talk to y'all about the boxing card from this past weekend, um, which was a really great card. You know what I'm saying? You had Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. You had who else do we have? We had Keyshawn Davis versus Jermaine Ortiz. We had Shushu Carrington fighting against Castro, which was all great matches. Even Big Baby Miller got his toupee knocked off in a fight. So we're gonna break especially the co-main event and the main event down. But first, make sure that you always tune in to me when I go live. I go live once a week, maybe a couple times a week. When I go live, you can always give me stars up here, and that will you know what I'm saying, make sure I'm able to keep doing great content like this. You can always comment. If you want to join in on the conversation, you can always just hop in and we can actually talk boxing or talk whatever sport we want to talk about. But let me go ahead and start talking about the fight. So let's start off with the Keyshawn Davis versus Jermaine Ortiz fight. Now, that was a really great fight from Keyshawn Davis. Now, if you know Keyshawn Davis, this is his first fight back because he had a really big, I'm gonna call it a debacle in Norfolk, where he was supposed to fight. Him and his three brothers were fighting on the card. Keyshawn Davis missed weight. Edwin De Los Santos decided not to go ahead with the fight. Many people wanted their money back. Abdullah Mesa ended up being the main event and got a knockout. Then there was a fight with Keyshawn Davis, his camp, against Nahir Albright, who's actually one of the fighters who beat one of Keyshawn brothers on that card. So there was this big debacle. You know, there was a lot of things talking about Keyshawn wasn't going to fight again. His career was over. And all of a sudden, he gets put on his ring card against Jermaine Ortiz. Now, Jermaine Ortiz is a really, really, really good boxer, but he's just come up a little short in top fights. He's fought Teofimo Lopez in a fight where many people thought it could have went either way, or Jermaine Ortiz won. He fought Lomachenko, and a lot of people thought that could have went either way as well. He's a guy who fights really, really good, and it seems like the last couple of rounds he takes his foot off the gas, and that allowed him to lose these fights. But Jermaine Ortiz is a really good fighter, and Keyshawn Davis came out and he won every single round, and he won, and not just a little bit, but convincingly. He outboxed him, and he really broke his will by going to the body. There's one thing about knocking a guy out with going to the body is that if I feel like the body is always like that decision on whether or not you want to get up and keep going through with it, or you want to just take the defeat. And so sometimes it's like knocking somebody out to the body is like mercy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your choice whether you go or not. So it's kind of like quitting, but not really. But Keyshawn Davis was able to knock Jermaine Ortiz down 2 times to the body. And after the last one, it got waved off by the ref. Keyshawn Davis therefore called out Devin Haney. So that's a fight that we're looking for in 2026, is that we're looking for a Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney fight, because Keyshawn Davis said that he will be going up to 147 next. He does not want to stay at 140. He wants to go up to 147. And so he wants to fight Devin Haney, who actually won a fight against Brian Norman Jr. a couple months ago. Now let's get to the main event. The main event was Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Now, with Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this fight was gonna be much closer. Now there's things we have to factor in. We have to factor in that years ago, anytime you moved up to a higher weight class, well, no, you would never fight the top dog at that weight class. as I said, with some sort of catch weight or some sort of clause in the weight, you would never fight the top dog. You will move up to a weight class. You would get yourself acclimated to that weight class, and then you would go and fight the top dog. What's happening now is that a lot of these fighters are on snack or some sort of nutrient program or performance enhancing. I'm not going to call it drug because it's not banned, but they're on some sort of performance enhancers where they're able to be strong, fill out very well when they move up to weight classes and rehydrate really well when they move up to weight classes and things like that. And so a lot of the advantages that you might say Teofimo had coming into the fight was not there during the fight, which is you would say Shakur is the more skilled fighter, but you would say Teofimo has more punching power. You would say Shakur is more skilled, better footwork, better defense, but Tio is stronger. Pretty clear, even after the weigh-in and the night of the fight, that Shakur was not only bigger, but Shakur was punching with way more power than Teofimo Lopez was. And so all of his strengths and all of his advantages that he had, and that advantages he thought he was coming into this fight with, quickly vanished. And he was fighting against a bigger, stronger, more powerful Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson just put on a master class at this point. By the way that he's countering, setting up his jab. Teofimo could not stop the jab all night. He could not stop it. He was getting jabbed. And every time he would lunge in, he would get hit with a great counter. Now, Teofimo tried to find some success with going to the body and punching in the chest and things of that nature, but he will always get timed coming out of there. So sometimes when you go to the body, you're taking a chance by going in and, you know what I'm saying, not really guarding your face and you're letting your hands go. But every time he would come in and try to go to the body, he would eat like a 1-2 from Shakur, and that made him kind of stay off. It was a huge level of respect that he had to give Shakur Stevenson. But there's a narrative that I don't like that happened in the fight where the narrative I don't like is that immediately everybody got on Teofimo Sr. And everybody was like, oh, well, he's not giving great instructions. They're giving instructions. And the commentators even hopped on it and was like, he's not giving instructions. He just telling them to hit him more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to hate yourself in the morning. He's giving like more motivational stuff. And Teofimo needed more direction. We don't know what his father and the trainers in the corner was telling him during the rounds, in between rounds, where the camera wasn't there. So we can't make a judgment on a couple different sound bites that he's not getting the correct information or getting good direction from his father. Remember, his father won Trainer of the Year before when Teofimo beat Vasily Lomachenko. So he can't be a terrible trainer. You know what I'm saying? Now, and he brought Stacy, I can't think of his name, who used to be Mike Tyson's trainer, into the corner. So he actually brings in other trainers to help him out. And even Shakur validated this by saying during the rounds, Stacy was actually yelling into the ring to step forward, come forward, make him go backwards, make Shakur go backwards. But Teofimo was not doing that. So he was getting direction. So I think that's unfair. I just hate when the trainers take so much blame in fights where their guy loses and automatically their guy wants to switch trainers. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, it's his son. So we will see how that plays out. But I just didn't like the narrative that was put on Teofimo senior, as if he does not know how to give his son great direction and really know how to coach his son, based on a couple sound bites from a live broadcast. But where does this leave Teofimo Lopez? Where does this leave Shakur Stevenson? Sometimes I think that for Teofimo, it might uh, be very good for you to go ahead and get a new trainer. And I'm not saying because you need one and because your dad has not done a good job. I think a lot of times it could be good for you to get a new trainer based on the fact that it will create a new narrative. You know, because so sometimes when you lose, you want this new narrative of the new and improved, or I've worked on different things. This is how I'm going to be different, and things like that. And getting a new trainer is one of those things that makes that happen. We've seen it with countless with guys. We've seen it with Cotto. We've seen it with Sugar Shane Mosley. We've seen it with many fighters who take losses and end up getting rid of their father as coaches and getting with other really well established trainers and go on to win more titles. So I think that can happen with Teofimo Lopez. I definitely think he can win another 140 title or another 147 title in his future. I still think he's a really great fighter. Now, Shakur Stevenson, I think this lands him upwards of like top two. I mean, if you think about the top four pound for pound guys, you got Usyk, you got Bam Rodriguez, you got Inoue, you got Shakur Stevenson. He got to be up there at this point. You know what I'm saying? With Tank having a draw in his last fight and then going through so many legal troubles, he got another warrant for an arrest today again. So now, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen with Tank. And then you got definitely got Devin coming back to the picture, but Devin even lost but didn't lose because Ryan popped dirty. But he's still a top 10 pound for pound guy. But I think Shakur Stevenson is jumping over a lot of these guys. Benavidez is another guy that's a top 10 pound for pound. But I think Shakur is leapfrogging these guys. And I think that right now he's second to Usyk. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give Usyk his credit because with Usyk, he's fighting much bigger guys and he's beating them. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to just cleaning guys out, uh, with Bam and Inoue gets knocked down in fights a few times. You know what I'm saying? He gets hit easily a lot. And then Bam, you know, that weight class, they throw so many punches and they get hit a lot as well. So I've seen Bam drop some rounds before he gets his engine going. Shakur has never looked like that. Shakur doesn't drop rounds like that almost never. You could barely count one. I mean, when it comes to like him and Boots, those are guys who like never lose rounds like that. They really know how to control the rounds, you know how to control the spacing. They're very gifted, very athletic. They literally do not lose rounds. And so I'm looking forward to seeing Shakur fight again. Looks like it might be Conor Ben. Looks like it might be whoever. I would like to see Gary Antoine Russell. I would like to see him fight him as well too. But I think right now the biggest fights in boxing that can be made is going to be Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Tank. I'd like to see all those three guys fight against each other, which I know is probably not going to happen because they're moving up a weight class, and I don't think Tank can go above 135. So I would like to see maybe Tank with Morataya, fight him, fight a Gary, fight a Oshaki Foster. Yeah, that's the guys I would like to see Tank fight. And Lamont rematch at 140. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe at 140 he could fight if he goes up. But Tank has always said that he doesn't want to go higher than 135. He fought one fight at 140 against Mario Barrios and said that was too much, so he wanted to stay at 135. I think it's we're here to stay. So Tank does have options with Morataya, who just beat Andy Cruz, and and Tank also fight Oshaki Foster. We'll see if Shushu Carrington wants to come up to 135. That would be another good fight for Tank at 135. So I think Tank is going to stay at 135. I think you're going to start to see Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, um, Devin Haney. Those guys all move up. Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia, all of Teofimo Lopez, all of those guys are going to be at 147 eventually. And then that's going to be the weight class that everybody meets up at. And you're going to get some great fights at 147. But some news just came out today, and I'm going to do a full video on it tomorrow. The news that came out today was that Floyd Mayweather is suing Showtime and Steven Espinoza. And I'm going to break that down for 340, excuse me, $340 million. Yes. And it says that he is suing them because they gave money to Al Heyman that should have been given to him. But Al Heyman is not listed in the lawsuit. And I'm going to tell you why. I will holler at you guys tomorrow. Make sure you check my videos out tomorrow. Make sure if you're looking at my live, looking at my videos, please make sure you subscribe. Now, my long form videos, the one I'm going to do on Floyd Mayweather, that's actually going to be for my subscribers. So if you want to get those type of videos, make sure you subscribe to me. I think it's 49 cents a month. Make sure you subscribe to me, and then you'll be able to see videos like that. But all right, other than that, peace. I'm gone. Keep God first. I'll let y'all later.